Hi everybody, it's Anne Lewis, your independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based on the Sunshine Coast here in Queensland, Australia. Tonight I am showcasing two really cute cards from the Sending Love bundle, which is available from tomorrow in the new mini catalogue. Yay, I'm so excited that it's finally going to be released. It feels like I've been just holding my breath for this. Now, if you hear me kind of with a little bit of a rasp, I've got a bit of asthma back again, which is a bit of a nuisance. So, excuse any coughing. Now, I will show you the projects just while we wait for a few people to come on. If you can see and hear me, well, hopefully you can see me, but if you can hear me, leave a message so that I know that everything is going okay, because you know what technology is like. Sometimes it is just here. I'm going to just shift this just a bit. Hi Lynette, Happy New Year. Rightio, so hopefully anyway, it doesn't really matter if I'm a little dark, because as long as you can see my desk, as you see, that's where all my lighting goes to. Hi Myrtle, Happy New Year everybody. I'm really excited to be back this year. I've got so much happening in my Stampin' Up world at the moment. I've spent the last day cleaning and tidying up my craft room. Mind you, after tonight it won't look like it's that tidy. But the first thing, these are my two cards, and I'll come down and I'll show you my two cards. So they're really, really super cute cards whilst we wait for a couple to come. So it is using the Sending Love and the Sending Love dies and stamp set. So one is just a stamped one and we've coloured, and this one is basically only die cut. So you get two different versions of what you can use. This is one of those bundles that you can just play with. Now, I'll show you this. I'll bring it up a little higher. This is why I got this kit. You know how this bundle. You know how there's always one stamp? It was this little tiny bird, because I could just picture him delivering the envelope. Now, to be honest, I thought it was going to be this envelope, the die cut one, but it is way too big for that little tiny bird to deliver it. Now, there's some news for you before I actually get started. I want to show you what's going to be released tomorrow. Hi, Glenda. Hi, the two Glendas. And hello, Marianne. I'm going to wait a sec. I'm going to have to. This is not good. Now, I can't show you the inside of the catalogue until tomorrow. This is the new catalogue, and this stamp set and this die, and also these, which I use, and I'll show you a bit more about these. These are the perennial postage dies, and I think they're going to be a favourite because I've been using them a fair bit. But this is the new catalogue. There's, I don't know, 81, 80, I better not show you anything, 77 pages of fabulous products, inspiration, tips and tricks. I might just see if I can get two of us up here whilst I'm talking. Let's see how we go. Look at that. Get the tips and tricks now. But the best part of this time of the year is our Sale-a-Bration. Well, it's our Sale-a-Bration period, but it comes with a catalogue. And why it comes with a catalogue is if you spend $90, you will be able to select some products out of here for free. And there's also what we call a level 2 offering. If you spend $180, you also get a choice of level 2 products. So you could, if you spend $180, you could either get two 90s or 180. It is full of fabulous things, and there's a few little, I can show you the outside so you can already see some of the products. Now I'm going to actually showcase these little what are they called? Everything is new. They are called Opaque Faceted Gems, which is one of the free products. And seeing I've mentioned it, whoops, there they are. I'm allowed to show you those. So the papers, for me, the designer series papers are divine. I have already used one pack already, gone. And I'm not a great designer series paper user, but certainly the papers in here I am using lots of. Let's get started. I think I'm trying to hide a spot there. So I'm going to come down to here so you can see my desk. And let's just see. Hi, Sue. How are you? Yes, I had to get back. I'll have to get back to you tomorrow. As you see, I was kind of running around trying to get this done. Glenda says this is his best Sale-a-Bration offers, best so far, and I'd actually agree with her. Because one of the other things, now that you've reminded me, Glenda, is one of the offers if you sign up to become a demonstrator, so to get a starter kit. This is one of the bonuses, this glass mat, and also it's got a cleaning mat, and it's also got a little silicone, which I'll try and reach. I'm sitting down for my lives now, which does limit me from running around. So this is so good because you can mix colours on here, add water, add alcohol, put your your ink pad here, and it doesn't slide along as long as you put it in the corner. So it's a great offer. And there's still, oh, wait a minute, I'm throwing the wrong thing away here. Bring back this, get rid of that, and we're going to get going. But also you can get an additional bonus of $51 worth of products on top of already what is a fabulous offer of $235 for only $169. So if you are interested at all, don't hesitate to reach out. So these are my two cards. And Gail is telling me that she's on YouTube, which, yay, because this streams directly to YouTube as well. So, rightio, I'm not sure which one I will do first, but let's do the die one first. I've done a fair bit of the die cutting out. I've still got a little bit more to do because I wanted to show you a few little tips and tricks. I haven't got, oh yes I do. Taking my legs away, sitting in a chair, is not necessarily that easy. So, welcome everybody. It's such fancy starting off the year with some more crafting and new products. Okay, so I've just added a score line in that so I can fold it easily. Now it doesn't necessarily make it always perfect, so I grab my bone folder and just make sure it's perfect. So I get my two corners right and do that. Now whilst I'm doing this, I'm going to just make sure. So here's my next layer, which is from the Be Mine Designer Series paper, which is also from the new catalogue. Now I've shown you this before. It's the one with all the bees on it, and I love it, but I like this pattern here because it's a great background paper. Then I've also die cut this piece, which comes from the perennial postage dies. And I've already done, if you watched me a couple of weeks ago, you will see I've already done sheets of this. So this is the dies that it does. And I love this embossed. I'm hoping you can, oh, there you go. Easy peasy. You can see that. And so it has all these, but I love these. Are so easy to use, either for sentiments for the little ones or for layers on the card. So this is called the perennial postage dies, also out of the new catalogue. So we're going to be working on this piece here. Now, I'll walk us through. There's my stamp set. I'll see if I can leave that over there so you have a bit of an idea what we're working on. So the first thing I'm going to make, and make is the right word, is this mailbox. Now, I don't know whether you can see, but it's actually 3D. And you'll see how I make it, how to make it actual 3D. So it's got these lines on it. Oh, you can see them now. So that they actually it kind of is a little like a box, a very thin box. But it's already got the score lines on it, which makes it so much easier. And then I'm going to fold this over as well. It's got a little hole here, so I'll pop out. And so there's the front of it. Now, before I go too far, I want to add the mail stamp. I love this card. It's just fun. And I like cards that are fun. So it's a little hard. I need new blocks. I'm at 12, well, I don't know, 11 years old now, and they're getting a little scratched. So they're a bit hard to see through. So I think I might have to shout myself a new set of blocks. So there we go. We've added the mail. So before we go any further, I will actually assemble this. But I've got a little trick. I've got these, I've arranged all my little tools that I use all the time into a little basket this week for the first time, in the hope it would make my desk tidier. Not sure about that. We got any questions? I love layering dies, says Glenda. I think that's the thing. I think this is just a fun die. Now I'm adding this here underneath the flap just to give it a little bit of dimension. So see how, hoping you can see that. So see how it's a little 3D. Then now whilst I just put this together, for all those that filled out my survey, and if you haven't, it will really help me if you do. It was on Facebook, and it was also on my mailing list. If you're on my mailing list, it has really helped me come up with some ideas. So there we go. So how cute is that? So he's going to sit, she, I don't know. Then I've got my little envelope. Again, it's already scored. So I've die cut it. Comes like this. So that's the envelope. I love little envelopes because you can fold it up, leave it a little open and stick a little note into it. Now I used, again, some paper from the Be Mine. So this straight piece is the piece that goes underneath. Oh, it doesn't. I lied. These side pieces go underneath and then that sits there like that. And then this folds down. Now you could leave this up, but I obviously don't like that pattern. So I'm going to close mine up, use a little bit of adhesive. Now, if you're watching this, and you haven't left a comment, please do, because then I know. Who's watching? That's nice. It makes it so much easier. So I've just run a little bit of glue around there. So now it's completely closed up, but how cute is that? Now I've already die cut, here we go, using this die, which comes with the set. Right, I've already die cut this little bow. Oh, that didn't stick down very well, did it? So whilst that's sticking, I'm going to just pop this out. I wanted to show you how this comes out. Put this away before I lose it. It does have a habit. I found one on the floor when I was cleaning up, one of my lost dies. So here we go. And I've, for once, because I always forget this, I've added some adhesive sheet on the back, which will make this so much easier to stick down rather than using a tiny bit of glue. Now, I like this side, the fold over side, but you might have liked, a minute, just checking comments as well, you might like it just on the front. Depends on your pattern. So I just thought this made it a little more special. That's so much easier to stick down. Now I did find it hung over a little bit, so I just trimmed that off. Anyway, so there we go. So we're going to have that sitting there like that. Now I've got a little bit of die cutting. I'm going to put that out. Oh, wait a minute. I've got another little piece here. Hopefully I haven't lost it. Oh no, here it is. Sorry. I know. So I've got this little piece here, which for us Australians, if you're not sure what this is a little flag that if you live in the States, they put this flag up so that, by the postman, puts the flag up so that you know that you've actually got mail. Love that idea. We only have plain little letterboxes here. Now, I haven't been true to colours though. So we'll stick that there. Right. Then I'm going to add, these are one of the carryover items, red and green adhesive back pearls, only because they were really easy to find on my desk. I just wanted something that looked a little metallic here. Hi Jane, thank you for joining in. It's a really cute card. I love this card. Okay, so you can see what it's now doing. Now the bit that I want to show you are these bits here. So I'm going to make a little bit of room, bring my mini cut and emboss, which I don't use very often, mainly because I use the big one. But for this, it's probably perfect. So I'll just show you what I'm making. I'm going to show you how I've done, this. So see how it's got a little bit of texture and different colours on it. So I didn't do anything super flash with it, but I didn't like just the plain die cut, even though it's got all these little cuts on it. I hope you can see that where it cuts through. I wanted something a little stepped up, so I grabbed some Pebble Path. Just got to turn this all over. Hopefully you can see this. So on my cut and emboss machine, I've used the little standard platform, one of my acrylic plates, which I need to replace desperately. Probably needs to go in my order. Oh, now, before I go, so what I did was I grabbed a Pebble Path ink pad. Wait a minute, I'm just trying to open it. I know I'm off screen a little bit. And I got my die here. Now, I'm going to grab some baby wipes because I know I'm going to need them. So all I did was hold my die here and I added a bit of ink. Now, you can add it as you like, but you do want a fair bit on. This is why it goes all over my hand, as you see. Hopefully I don't get it on my nice t-shirt. Oh, I think I need a bit more. Oops, there's a lot on the back. Let's just see. Got a little bit more on there now. I'll clean up my hands. Get rid of the ink pad. Then all I do is put this on here. And as you see, I've got a bit of ink on the top here, which means I'm going to have to clean my acrylic plate. Now I've got this. I think this will be fine. I'm not standing up. Look at that. It's easy. As you know, I don't have a bit of problems with my wrists. Back over here. Get my rag out. I should have my cleaning cloth. This is perfect for the cleaning cloth, this one. And just take some of the ink off here so it doesn't make too much of a mess. Throw that back in. And I hope you can see this now. See how it's now got some texture? Not only my fingers, but also this. So I like that. I like just adding that little bit of extra. I'll put that away, and I've got another die to do that with. So I'm going to do it a different way, certainly a lot cleaner way. I'm going to add, if you can just see this, this one here. I also added a little bit of ink texture to it as well. So this time, because I learnt my lesson when I first made this card, I've got a lemon lime twist marking pen. This is so much cleaner way of doing it. So I'm hoping you can see this. All I did was colour in a little bit through it. Now because it's a shiny substance, it doesn't stay in one place, which makes it perfect for when I'm doing this. I'll grab my mini back, keep this, do exactly the same. Hopefully you can see it. So I've just coloured that in. Don't look at my fingers, those pebble path fingers. And I'll just put this through. So my mini's perfect for this. Such an easy little tool to use. Now that's all the die cutting I'm doing today. Get rid of that. I think that's still pretty clean, but I will clean them up later. But I want to get rid of them out of the way. So I'm hoping that you can see that. I'm not sure you can see, but there's some detail on that now. So let's put this card together. We've done all the hard work. Oh, except that didn't stick down at all. I did use some really old. Let's stick that a little harder. I might use my embossing. That'll be better. That's so cute. Now let's put this card together. So I've got my Sweet Sorbet base, which is 8 1/4 inches by 5 1/2 inches. I'm going to be adding this from Be Mine Designer Series paper, which is 3 7/8 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And we're going to add this. So I'm going to pop this up using our dimensionals. Don't think I've got, oh, I do have to stamp something. I actually did that unforgivable thing before when I made the first one of trying to stamp it afterwards. It's not a good idea. So I want to stamp this here. It says sent with love. Love it. But this time I'm going to do it in Sweet Sorbet. Now Sweet Sorbet is one of our in colours that is going to be disappearing this year in May. So I'm trying to get it used a fair bit. Now I want to just, what I will do is stick this on just to get it all lined up so I don't stamp where I don't want it to. You can see all the detail on these dies. Pretty good. So maybe about there, I don't know. I do like those, the additional of the ink to make it have add a bit more detail. Oh, and I want to add this before I do too much stamping. Keep needing to get my, so I'm bringing this right down so those little postage stamp edges, I don't know what you call postage stamp edges, anyone know? I know. And now we'll stamp this, and we know we can stamp it about here. Oops. Here we go. I think that colour is a lot nicer. Then we will add this. I'm not popping anything up because I've already popped the mailbox up. Just using multi-purpose glue, as you know. That's my favourite. It's easy for me to work with, even with a sore arm. And to make it work, I always keep it upside down, so I've got a little container over here that someone kindly bought me. Just want that to sit a little off the page, so it's kind of about equal. And slide it up just a bit. Don't want to poke it down too much because I want to keep that 3D. Need to slide this in. So I'll glue the back of this. Make sure I get it up the right way. I've only got a little bit of glue on there. Everyone laughs at the amount of glue I use. But I want it to, I don't want that edge, this edge here, to peek through. I'll stick it down like that. And I think we've got that done. I'm going to pop this up, which it should, I didn't test it, but I think it should still fit through the mail. If you're worried about that, you don't have to add any of these dimensionals to it. Where's my, take a pick tool, get these off. So I said one crafting session and my desk is back to normal. So what did everybody do for Christmas? Did anyone do anything special, or for New Year? Rightio, so there we go. Now the inside of this card, I won't decorate it. I just put thank you for your friendship. For those who watched this a couple of weeks ago, you know who this card is going to because I gave a hint. But how cute is that? It's a really cute card. Gail did not a thing. I'm not sure about that. I think you would have done some things. Rightio, so the next one, where's my little card? No, very quiet. Oh, I drove an awful lot. I went, I saw friends I hadn't seen for years, so that was lovely. Now, we're going to be making this card, and again, I've got a couple of techniques on this one. So, grab my paper trimmer, score at 4 1/8 inches. Get this nice and right. Grab your bone folder. Then that's going to go there. Now this is pool party, and as you see, it's 3 7/8 inches by 5 1/8 inches. This is the same. This is my standard card base, and my standard card bases are always 8 1/4 by 5 1/2. So if I ever forget to mention it, you know that I'm using my standard base size. Righto. So now, this time I'm just using my stamp set. So it's this. So this is the feature. I'm using this little envelope, this super cute bird, the hearts, and also welcome friend. Now this time, because I designed the last one as I went, I really didn't know what I was doing. Had no plan. Do you plan your cards, or are you like me, start from scratch and then build a card? So quite a few people had quiet ones this year. Might be a good thing, I think. Oops. So I'm putting the sentiment on first. Welcome friend. There we go. That's in Sweet Sorbet. And then I'm going to stamp this piece here, which is so big I can't surely hide. Now I'm stamping my images in Memento black, because I'm going to be colouring them with blends. If I was watercolouring this, I'd be using StazOn. I mean, StazOn's a great ink, but I just don't like the cleanup, so I try and avoid it like the plague. So let's put this down. It's about, just need to get it straight. Hopefully that's straight. I really am going to have to get some new blocks. Okay, so there we go. This is really simple. I've used blends, but you could use ink and blender pens. You could use watercolour, but you'll need to use StazOn and probably watercolour paper. I'm just using my blends, which this time is light smoky slate. Oh, and I should have said you could use your watercolour pencils, which are a super cheap option. So let's go. We're going to do this fairly quickly. You know me, I have no artistic capacity. Hopefully this is light. Yeah, it is a light one. So my tips, because I use them at classes and a little shot, I do the main bits, which is what I do with the brush tip. Oops, what happens when you try and do it fast? So then I just go back to the fine tip and just clean it up. I would normally probably use the fine tip on all of this in normal circumstances, but for lives it takes a little while. My fine tip is pretty fine, so that's good. So for colouring with blends, if you haven't done it before, they are so easy. As I said, I have no artistic ability at all. I'm creative, but I'm certainly no artist. This is going to be the same colour. Now all I do is colour it. I do light first, dark second. So I just fill it. And to be honest, if you leave little white bits, it just adds a bit of texture. So that's how it is now. But there will be some shadow that even I, as a not very good artist, can pick up. So I will just go over it again where I think it might be dark. So I know, I don't think Madeline's here tonight, but she says that she's now, from watching these videos, she's realised how easy our blends are to actually use. And I think that's going to be in shadow as well because it's underneath the, I don't know. Doesn't have to be perfect, just has to be done. That's the theory anyway. So now I did this one in Light Pool Party. Who likes colouring? Doesn't matter whether you use blends or whatever. Now I'm going to colour in here, but I have to go back and do it with a darker colour because it's inside the, oops. Right. And I'll do darker inside. Oops. Oops, wrong colour. Not good. Okay. Anyway, let's see if we can fix that. So my letterbox is going to be painted shaded spruce inside. It should blend in. I can mix the two together. You just have to blend enough that you're not going to see those edges. Let's see what happens. I'll let that dry a bit. I think we'll still get away with that. Now, you know if you've blended when it's come through on the other side. But always be careful if you're using blends that you're not doing it on your good wood table. So I'm grabbing some, I think this is Poppy Parade, to do the little flag up here. As you see, I've kept it really simple, but I do need this colour on the inside there. All right, so there we go. Now, I've got a really cute idea. Well, I think it's cute anyway, for this little birdie and the envelope. So what I did is I grabbed the stamped image, so not the die, and with the Pimento Black, everyone's quiet. So what do you think of this stamp set and die? So then I've stamped that like that, and I'm also going to stamp an image on here, and you'll see why I'm doing two in a second. Now, you know I've shown you paper piercing so many times, but this is a slight different version of it. Now, so I want my little birdie to be carrying that envelope and about to put it into the into my letterbox. So I've got to line this up a little carefully. But I haven't found it hard, but you know that when I go live, it's always a lot harder. There it goes. Perfect. So then see how I've got little flowers on here? So I went to one of our older stamp sets, Playing in the Rain, and I got these flowers. And I inked them up. Now this was the quickest way because I wanted this to have a pattern on it and I didn't want to mask all the way around. So the way that I did it, I'll get some on my ink pad. I should have put the tag on the back. I hadn't used this one before. So I'm just going to put this down like that. I want to, oops, got dimensionals going everywhere. And just cut this. So I'm just cutting the shape of the envelope out. I'm keeping no border. So throw all that out. Now I have to just colour these, which I've done super easy. It takes like 2 seconds, this. So I just made the envelope a little bit more interesting. Now, I could have used little pieces of designer series paper, but I couldn't find any little enough. That's a better word. So I've done that in Poppy Parade, light Poppy Parade, doing this in light greeny apple green. Then I will just do the center of those flowers. I enjoy this. This is just fun. You can see that turned out a little different than my first one. Then I'm going to stick this down and you'll see how it turns out. Make sure I get it up the right way. The liquid glue is perfect for this. Look how cute that is. I'll show you what it looks like up close. How cute that is. Then I wanted my little bird to be shaded spruce, which is where I got the colour for there. I want really tiny. This light. This light one, yep. Oh, I think I did it. I'm getting all my colours mixed up here. Anyway, he's green this time. I think I did him in Pool Party last time. There we go. And I want him a little darker under here. I'll just go over still with light. And there we go. So how cute is he? Then I've just about finished this card. I'm going to throw 3 little hearts that are kind of falling in my head, falling out of that envelope. So now I'll just do them in triangles. No right or wrong. And then I'm going to add some of these new opaque faceted gems that are a free product, remember. And I'll take a pick tool, which is perfect for doing this. Try and do them somewhere different. Let's get to here and go, I'm not sure. I'll put one up here. Right now. So there's a few of those being used. And I'm just going to add some greeny apple green down the bottom here. Just to ground my image. So there we go. It didn't take us long. I'll put this together so you can see how it comes together. I've popped this one up with dimensionals. I can find some on my desk. I like this sitting down. I used to always stand up. I mean, I can't see as well to stamp, but my legs don't get as tired, especially when it's this late at night. So if you leave a comment, and I should have said this at the start, I will send you a one of these cards. I've already got one planned. So let me know what you like, or let me know whether you're excited about the new catalogue coming. I certainly am. I might turn that over. I gave you that size before. Now this is the second largest of these, so it's this one here. As I said, it just makes it really, I like those edges because it makes that top layer really interesting. So which is your favourite card? I've got to find this. I know. So something just fell. I know. We'll take that one out of the thing. Take this one out. So which one do you like best? The one that I've coloured or the one that I've die cut? I've just lost one of those edges on here because I knocked it off. What's everybody saying? Clean looking cards, but cute with nice colours. Thank you, Glenda. Love them both. That's not helping me, Glenda. We've got two Glendas here today. The coloured one. Ah, so that's interesting. I love the bird, I have to say. I absolutely fell in love with the bird. So I'll just give you a couple of things. I think the blue letterbox. So the coloured one. And I'm not a great colourer, as I tell you all the time. But with blends, you don't have to be an artist. You just have to have a go and have a little play because the blends are so easy to use. Colour card. I think I think everybody's liking this one. So I will send this one out. I'll do a random draw tomorrow, and one of these will be winging their way to someone who's left a comment today. And then when you get it, you'll be able to use the card for whatever you like. You can spread some joy. So thank you, everybody. I'm really excited about, I'll bring you back. Wait a minute, where are we? I don't know. That doesn't really work. Let's try this. Thank you, everybody. It was a little longer tonight, but I really like these projects. And I was only going to do one, and then I just went, I wanted to show you how good this stamp set actually is. I'll put the light on. That's better. So thank you, everybody. Really appreciate you dropping by. Don't forget to check out the new catalogue and the Sale-a-Bration brochure tomorrow. And if you need a hand or I can give any advice or anything, don't forget to reach out. Thanks, everybody, whether you watch this live or whether you have watched it on replay. Really appreciate you dropping by. And don't forget to leave comments so that more people can share in these videos. Thanks, everybody. Really appreciate it.